Yo, 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 Jay-Z on the mic. What's up? What's up? This is not an NBA mid-season discussion. I've done a couple of those. This is an NFL one. Big Panthers fan here. Grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Saw a ton of Panthers games when I lived there. Now live in Utah. Haven't seen a Panthers game in a long time. Also haven't seen the Panthers be really that relevant or very good for a long time. Since I kind of moved and they went 15-1 then to the Super Bowl. And since then, nothing has been the same. But it's not even about the years prior. Let's just talk about this year. They just lost to the Dolphins. And it wasn't even close. We got absolutely destroyed. Special teams, we gave up a block punt, instantly returned for a touchdown. Defense looked like a shell of themselves. Our best two rushers were getting benched. That's how bad it was. The trenches, we were completely dominated on both sides. And our offense just did not look at all like an NFL offense should look. I don't know how else to put it. I said yesterday that I was talking to my buddy. I was saying how, do the Panthers have a game this week? Maybe we have a bye. He said, no, you guys play the Dolphins. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We have a bye. And he said it. You cursed him. And he was right. I cursed him. They did terrible. Panthers always play down to their competition. But as in terms of this season, it's been bad, and I think a lot of fans out there have had the hopes, we can squeak into that extra playoff spot now. How awesome. We were 5-5, and now we're 5-7. Just lost 33-10 to the pitiful Dolphins. Lost last week to the Washington football team. And somehow, some way, those two losses come after a huge upset against the team with the best record in the league at the time, the Arizona Cardinals, and we won 34-10. That game is a huge anomaly. But overall, I mean, close games with the Falcons, who aren't good, losing to the Giants, getting blown out by the Patriots. There's a lot of big red flags here in this schedule for Carolina, now at 5-7. And we ended up bringing Cam back a couple weeks ago. Now, Cam is kind of the main discussion point here in this mini podcast I'm doing. But we brought Cam back, and I said immediately when it happened, I couldn't decide who it looked worse on. If it looked worse on Carolina for having to go back to your best player in franchise history, who you completely disrespected with a social media poll right after Cam was not on the team. In Carolina, they put out a poll saying, who's the greatest Panther ever? And it didn't even have Cam on the list. And in the way that whole debacle went down with Cam leaving. Or if it was Cam having to come back to the team who disrespected him. And, Cam had poured his heart and soul into that city. And I think he missed the city and he missed his home. But at the same time, it was just a bad look for both sides. I mean, no self-respect for either one of them, but that's not the point. Both sides were desperate, and it's kind of been shown in the past 2 weeks, and I'm tired of it. Everyone's been caught up with it now. Everyone seems so happy that Cam's back. It was fun seeing him score a few touchdowns, but I'm realizing what Cam really is and how he fools everybody. The media loves Cam. He's flashy. His touchdowns are highlight plays. They're everywhere on social media. And you would think, if you're just an average fan and not really watching these Panthers games, Cam is doing well for Carolina again. How awesome. They have a fighting chance to make the playoffs. This is a great story. And I got to tell you, it's not that at all. As I've watched Cam this season, I've realized he's a highlight guy. That's it. He goes 3 of 15 in the first half, 2 picks. And what I was thinking is if you have a quarterback, you have a real quarterback in the NFL, is if things aren't going right, but he can still get enough out of the team and still play well enough on his own. And if a quarterback can do that and uplift the team and elevate them even when things aren't going right, that's how you know you have a quarterback in the NFL. And Cam is one of those guys who's a cherry on top. You know, if you have a lot of things going right, your defense is playing well, Christian is totally healthy, which might never happen again. DJ Moore is playing top 10 receiver football like I know he can. This team is good. But I'm starting to realize more and more how what I thought all those things would fall into place, the defense, CMC, DJ Moore, the rest of the roster, it's even hard for just all those guys to connect on the same week. And this team kind of goes and runs with Christian McCaffrey, and he is right now the worst contract in the NFL. He can barely stay healthy. The games he does play, he has to come out constantly. Chuba Hubbard, our rookie running back, has more yards on the season than Christian McCaffrey does. That's how banged up he has been. In and out of the lineup all day. He's the Anthony Davis of the NFL. No offensive line for Carolina either. That is something I will say to kind of defend Cam a little bit. 3 of 15, it wouldn't be that bad. The Dolphins looked amazing on the D-line. They got a dude named Phillips from Miami, who I watched. Good Miami Hurricanes fan here, but that whole entire defensive line, offensive line, completely dominated the Panthers today. Now, say Carolina's offensive line played average today. Cam's still going to have a really bad performance. You know, and going forward, I think what I would want to see as a Panthers fan is a direction. Because with Cam, we don't really have a direction. We're sitting in no man's land. Maybe somehow, some way, some GM genius in Carolina brought Cam back to both please the fans and also tank games at the same time. And I think that is actually a very real possibility. We have to try to win a Super Bowl. That's the goal as an NFL franchise. Right now, I'm not seeing my team try to win a Super Bowl, and that's why over the past year, 2, 3, I haven't watched that many Panthers games. You know, I've watched a decent amount of them late, but I don't want to watch a team that is clearly not in the direction of trying to get the best pick in the draft and not in the direction of trying to win a Super Bowl. And that's where the Panthers are right now in no man's land. Either you're first or you're worst. This is kind of a almost through the season recap of the Carolina Panthers, but I think even after a couple more games, my words I'm saying right now will still be true. Defense, what started out great, needs to improve. Cam's kind of just a distraction for what the franchise is really going through. Is it start to get a little worried about Matt Rule? Who knows? Who knows? Jacob Zimmerman here, knocking out a podcast. Mini one, talking about the Panthers mid-season. Cam, I enjoyed your time when you were in your prime. But right now, I really only want to see you in goal line packages. That's it. Let's see PJ Walker for the next couple of weeks.